Okay, so today's presenters, first of all, I'm Rob York, and I'm the president of Relational Solutions. I have over 25 years experience in the CPG industry, and I'm going to let Connie introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Connie Davis. I am involved in trade marketing. I've got over 25 years experience in combined trade and consumer marketing, so I kind of see both sides of the picture.
Okay, so for today's agenda, we're going to start out with just a brief introduction of who Relational Solutions is for those of you who are not familiar with us. We're going to get into the benefits of post-promotion analytics, trade marketing challenges and trade marketing solutions, and then also the benefit of partnering with Relational Solutions. So, who is Relational Solutions? We've been around since 1996. We started out, building what we term in, what the industry terms today as big data warehouses. So we were building multi-terabyte data warehouses early on for companies like Chrysler, Xerox, Masco, Timken. We then started noticing a trend with consumer goods companies where they were pulling in a lot of third-party data, whether it be direct retail data or data from IRI, Nielsen, syndicated data, and trying to meld it in with their internal systems. So that's when we, early on in like 2002, first came out with a framework for POS Mart. We also, mid-2000s, acquired an integration product called Blue Sky Integration Studio. Since then, we've grown quite a bit, and we've added other components to our POS Mart offering, one of them being the post-promotion analytics application. We've also won several awards with Inc. Magazine and CGT. Okay, so who are we and what do we do? We're industry experts in this particular field. We consider ourselves to be a single point of contact for on-site expertise in category management, trade marketing, and supply chain. So what that means is we provide both the analytics side and the data integration side. So we provide a complete, full solution. The people who work for our company, hang on a second, I'm going to just mute everybody. I can hear some background noise. People at our company, we don't hire people right out of college for good or for bad. We just don't. We hire people with a lot of experience. So most people in our company have not just a few years of experience in this industry, but decades in this industry. Our customers include some of the largest, identifiable CPG companies in the industry: Kraft, Smuckers, Procter & Gamble, Lindt, GlaxoSmithKline. It goes on and on. So we literally have well over 100 of the top CPG companies as our customers. So we provide a comprehensive enterprise solution for this industry. We integrate virtually just about any type of source. So one of the things that you're going to get out of this presentation today is the importance of the data integration and harmonization side of it. So we're not going to get into technical detail on it, but we are going to kind of talk about it and what that means. Also fully automating the processes so that it can be a continuous update without manual intervention. So it basically allows it to run on its own and manage itself on its own. And then, of course, optimizing results that are applicable to trade management, trade marketing, and trade spend. We also support all different types of platforms. So, whether, platforms meaning kind of a database type platform, whether you're on Oracle, SQL Server, MPP platforms like Teradata, NetTeasa, we support all of that, along with customized reporting. Okay, and then we will set up a PPA application to be customized for you. So what that means is that you'll see a lot of what I would call cookie cutter type applications out there. We feel that those don't work very well. All right, every company is a little bit different in the way they have their business model and the way that they look at success and failure. So in general, what are the benefits of post-promotion analytics? So what we're looking at here, and I'll let Connie answer this one.
Hi, everyone. For benefits of post-promotion analytics, we want to improve overall trade management. So for corporate success, we want to take a look at creating a win-win so that both manufacturers and retailers increase margins. We also want to enhance the relationship between the manufacturer and the retailer. Everyone wins at that point. We'll focus on trade marketing. We need to help you optimize promo effectiveness and ROI. We want to help you increase product purchases, whether that's baseline or promotional spend. And we want to include more data across more retailers. And what that means is once you have an automated system where data is captured, you get to spend more time looking at the results. You get to actually spend more time including more retailer information, including more information about the retailers you currently have. So you can expand your data input and knowledge base because you've got more time to do it. From a category management standpoint, this our PPA is also going to help you optimize product mix at retail. What's selling, what's not, where's cannibalization, how to reduce forward buy, improve on-shelf availability overall. And then for the supply chain, we can help you optimize forecasting or improve just-in-time distribution. Now here are some key performance indicators, which of course are very popular across all trade marketing and for category management as well. So just to let you know, we can utilize the results of your important KPIs. These are just a few of the important ones to positively affect and direct all of your trade marketing and also leverage your category management and help your supply chain. So ROI measures, they're going to help you understand the effectiveness of your trade promotion event. Year-over-year sales comparison, very important to see trends over last year. Are you growing sales in addition to improving your performance in promotions, or are your sales flat even though your promotions are doing well? We want you to do both. We want to help you understand percent sell-through so that whatever inventory is left is not affecting your forward buy. Let's look at promotional tactic analysis. Take a look at the tactics individually and together to see how they're affecting ROI. Is the cost per impression something that you're looking at? We can help you do that too so that you can start to change out your tactics promotion over promotion and improve them with every offering. We also want to take a look at products purchased per transaction. Let's gauge promotional purchase requirements and value discounts. You certainly don't want to be out there with a promotion when your average transaction includes the number you're trying to promote. Purchase frequency analysis, we want to take a look at product life cycles to make sure that you're not out there promoting when in fact people are still haven't gone through the life cycle of their product. And then for those that use coupon redemption, that certainly is another measure we can incorporate.
Okay, so understanding the ROI measures. So we use baselining to determine the incremental sales lift. So in calculating return on investment, there's a few different ways to measure baseline. Some of our customers use third-party syndicated data providers, such as ROI and Nielsen, which in our solution we can use any and all of those. We also have our own our own internal model that we use with some of our customers. What they found with ROI and Nielsen is that their model is extrapolated out. So they take a sampling and then they extract that sampling out across, say, all retail stores. So that sometimes it's not as accurate as it can be. Let's just put it that way. So we do have our own internal model that we use that we feel is very accurate. Also, if there's another third-party modeling formula that you have. So, perhaps you have another product that you use for planning and you like their model. So we can implement basically any type of baseline calculated model that you have. So to summarize, the return on investment is going to reflect a return on incremental sales. So the baseline is calculated, and then basically the incremental sales are calculated on top of that as the promotions have expired. Okay, so we're going to be able to understand what the incremental sales are. The best approach and most reliable for return on investment is to embrace one of these methods. So we don't really care which one you pick, to be honest with you. Okay, but you're going to need to embrace one of them and consistently use that method across all of your initiatives, so that over time your method will reflect, will basically be consistent, and you'll get the best results possible out of all of your promoted groups.
Trade marketing challenges. Well, first of all, we understand that trade spend has continued to grow and is a very large share of corporate spending overall. That's a huge challenge to undertake. And knowing that, we understand that you need to be more accountable with that trade spend and really start to show results that are going to help your corporate bottom line.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out up top there is that the trade spend is typically 15 to 20% of your company's gross revenue, and that's been actually growing over the years. Some companies are experiencing even closer to 25% of gross revenue in trade spend. So it's a very, very expensive, corporate expense. Typically, it's the second highest, next to either cost of goods sold or actual employee pay.
We also understand that you've got a very multifaceted planning process, and it's very complex. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of components that require input, from taking it from what type of brand or sub-brand or category or product or item do you want to even start promoting. Then you identify the promotional budget. You're working with sales, trying to understand which customers you want to bring on board, and then by customer, identifying the tactics you're going to use to get the message out to their customers. So understanding that there's many different data points already that need to be collected at the very end to be able to be looked at. Another challenge is think about the cost of manually harmonizing the data. 90% of your time, I'm sure, is spent pulling data together. And then because of the lack of coverage, if you've got so much time invested trying to pull the data together, how much time do you have to look at what you've pulled together across different retail customers? Or perhaps you're not collecting from as many customers as you'd like to, or the product groups. It's very difficult also to align the different trade funds and the trade data points together. So for example, if you've got ship dates that are much earlier than your promo start date, or you've got tactics that are bucketed in different sections, if you don't have the ability to line all of those under a promotional event umbrella, it's very difficult to even calculate ROI. And all of this, unfortunately, leads to inefficiency, lost revenue, profit. You don't have the ability to really understand what truly happened in that event and to improve upon it. So what are some solutions? Our solution is post-promotion analytics. It dramatically reduces your time spent collecting data, allowing you to be more successful. And how does it do that? It is fully automated. We are able to collect every data source that you are able to share with us into one data repository. It's totally integrated. So all the data is pulled in automatically, it is cleansed, and it's integrated for concise and more accurate retrieval. You also then have the ability to align it, as I mentioned earlier. Pull all your different dates together under one promotional umbrella, and then be able to analyze it from there. And then we also offer multiple reporting options. We've got standard Excel charts. We can replicate any basic Excel report that's currently out there, but we also have the ability to customize based on your needs and perhaps new ideas down the road that you might have. So we've got a custom layer approach, and we've also got executive dashboards. Basically what we're doing is the slide prior to this where it talked about your process, we're taking this as each data point. So you'll look at your tactics, your sales, starting with the UPC item, and your inventory as data points, rolling it up by customer, and it even starts at the store level. If you've got store level data, we can incorporate store level data by UPC code. And then it rolls up by customer or by store level, by individual banner, up through the entire corporate retailer, so that it rolls into one retail event. And what we can do is we can roll all of that into one event, and then we can do that for each type of event you have. You can report by event. You can combine all the events together for a corporate annual view. The possibilities are endless, but our data and our data integration can handle all of this.
Okay, and this is kind of a high-level overview of the way it actually looks from a logical perspective. So you'll notice where my mouse is here on the left, these are where the data sources are. So the data sources will include things like your planning data, your shipments, consumption. Now the consumption can come from syndicated data suppliers or even directly from the retailer. Your master data, typically forecast data, and cost of goods sold. We like to obviously measure ROI in terms of profit, loss, margin, things like that. So our integration engine then takes all of that, pulls it in, harmonizes it into a trade marketing database. So then for you, it's all there ready to go, ready to report on. So from there, the trade analysts, category managers, reps out in the field even can take a look and see how the promotions are performing. In addition, any good post-promotion analytics system should have a mechanism to allow you to manually align the events. So as Connie pointed out earlier, shipments may not always align with the actual promotional event. Also, the plan may not align with what happened at retail. So sometimes those dates need to be aligned, okay? And that's what an event alignment tool does. Now from there, you can then optimize your planning, okay? So future plans, you know what, hang on, I'm going to mute all. There's some background noise there. And also then it can allow you to, basically tweak some promotions that may be coming up in that very same year. So in most planning systems, you're going to plan for the following year, and then the plan starts taking full effect, promotions start running. What happens if you to take a look at the information and you need to adjust a plan? That's what this can also do for you. So it'll allow you to adjust the plan. It'll allow you to eliminate basically events that are unpopular or unprofitable for either you or the retailer. There's a whole slew of possibilities once you have a post-promotion analytic application in place.
I also wanted to just add too, at this point when it's in the database, it is data that's ready to go. We would help you determine the types of reports you wanted to take a look at and have at your ready fingertips. So we'd be working together to create the reports that clicks away could get you the analysis you need and also get you the ability to align those things within those reports.
So up front, what we typically like to do is identify the initial sources that are going to be used within the PPA solution. Some of the more popular ones, of course, are the plan data. So you're going to have ones that are required. I would say that they're kind of a requirement, and other ones that are optional, but we can do, okay? So plan data is typically a requirement. Shipments, we do like to see shipments in there, and you've got shipments typically in your ERP system, so we can also incorporate shipments. Obviously, sales and consumption are a requirement, as is master data. So when we implement a PPA solution, we definitely want to implement your master data along with that. And then the other one that's optional is forecast, and there may be other things that you want to put in there. We can add those in there very easily. So the source data is then integrated into a common storage point for easy querying, reporting, manipulation, drag, drop, drill, that sort of thing. And we've talked about what goes into this. So kind of in summary, your promotional event planning data And that typically comes from a current planning tool. Now, if you don't have a planning tool, you could be doing it from Excel spreadsheets. A lot of customers do. We can also find a way to incorporate the information from Excel spreadsheets. We've done that before for several of our customers. Inventory and shipments, the sales and consumption, master data, forecast data, and then of course cost of goods sold can also be implemented in there. We pull it all together, and it's now in a common, harmonized database.
At this point, first of all, at this point we would also be working with you to create the reports. But it's also at this point that you are then able to align. And this is just a quick example of some of the things you're going to see in your data for your promotional event. For example, you're going to have a banner or a retailer. It's going to be a product group. You're going to have different promo start and end dates that are different than the product ship dates that might be different than the consumption dates. And then you'll also have different areas of retail spend, trade spend, which may or may not align with any of those dates. So if you take a look at the earliest start date comes from your product ship, and the latest start date comes from your consumption. So the alignment element would be able to say, this promo, which is talking about hot dog buns, I'm going to change everything so that it really runs June 1st to July 6th, and that will incorporate everything that has to be categorized underneath that promotional event and looked at.
And we have a very nice graphical interface that allows our customers to do exactly what Connie just described. So it allows you to create the groupings if they're not already in there. So most of the time, I would say about 80 to 90% of it is already aligned for you right out of the chute. But there's going to be that 5 to 15% that you may need to go in and alter a little bit. This gives you the capability to do that. You can have overrides for dates and also even for spend. So if you want to reallocate spend across the various tactics, this will allow you to do that too. So we want to get in a couple quick case studies. We only have a few minutes left, and then we're going to do some questions. We're going to take some questions. So the first case study is the category team is presenting its trade promotion results to the retailer and needs to prove that one of the promotions is not profitable for the supplier, manufacturer, but very profitable for the retailer. Likewise, there are two promotions that benefited the supplier, not the retailer. There needs to be adjustments so that it's a win-win for both the supplier and retailer. So here's the report. And you'll notice in this report, and what we try to do in our reports is really highlight the areas of importance, kind of the exceptions, so to speak, in red. But you'll notice we have these KPIs, these arrows that are either up or down or even neutral, but for the most part up or down. So if there's a red for the customer or for us as the supplier manufacturer, it will indicate a down arrow, meaning there's something that needs to be adjusted, changed, or we need to eliminate the promotion. So I'm going to kind of blow that one up a little bit. So you'll notice in here, the retailer is actually kind of getting the raw side of the story here with this particular promotion. It's worked out really well for us, but it hasn't for the retailer. On the other hand, this particular promotion has worked out well for us, for the retailer, but not for us. So what we want to do then is basically go back to the retailer, present this, make some adjustments to it so it's a win-win for both us and the retailer. And this one report here really nails it down. So case study 2, the category and trade marketing teams want to understand the impact a promotion has on other brands. Specifically, we want to identify possible cannibalization. So this is what's called a bump chart. So in this particular bump chart, we're looking at 3 products: biscuits, rolls, and buns. We're looking at biscuit promotions. That's this orange bar. The lines, the trend lines, are actually the price. So you'll notice as the price dropped for this promotion, the sales for biscuits went up. So there's a direct correlation. So the orange line correlates to the orange bar for sales. The orange line, of course, is price. So we have the price being pretty much constant for the other two products, where for biscuits, they run the promotions are running. So you'll notice buns are cannibalized when biscuits are promoted. So buns typically are right around 500 units sold consistently. However, when biscuits are promoted, buns drop in half. And in some cases, less than half over here to the right. Now, you'll also notice, that's not pointed out in this slide, is there is a slight halo effect for rolls. So rolls actually went up in this case. But for the most part, it stayed fairly constant. But in this 1 week, they did increase sales as a result of the biscuits going on sale. So this is a very important chart. So, and it looks very simple, and it's meant to look simple. However, the data points to get it in here are not so simple. All right, so the key is taking very complex information and data and making it and presenting it very simply to the business user. Okay, so the benefits of partnering with us is this is an automated solution. No more of your time is going to be spent manually cobbling this data together. Now, we've had some of our customers literally say that they had they spend tens of thousands of hours just putting the data together, and consistently and constantly having to do it month after month, quarter after quarter. In this case, with our solution, there's very little to no effort in putting the data together. And the integration and harmonization of the data is completely transparent to the business. And we'll also leverage your current investments. So if you have an investment in IRI data or Nielsen or even both of them, we will absolutely leverage that investment. We have great software tools. So, you know, when we put the solution together, it's the full solution. It's not just a piece or a part of it. It's the reporting platform, it's the integration, it's all of that. And of course, our in-house expertise, as we've probably driven home quite a bit in this half hour, is the years of experience we have in this particular industry. And really the goal is to give our customers a competitive advantage to increase sales and profits over their competitors. So, you know, whether you want to eliminate poorly performing promotions, or you're trying to strive for better shelf space at the retailer, this will greatly help you do that. And the final slide is we also feel that the return on investment of a PPA solution is almost immediate. So some of our customers have said that, you know, they look at a minimum of an annual return of, say, 2 to 3%. Most are getting much higher than that of overall sales. So, you know, our customers are saving millions of dollars every year by having the ability to eliminate poorly performing promotions and moving that money into new promotions that will be much, much better performing for them.